Providing enrichment is essential for the mental well-being of non-traditional pets because it allows them to engage in behaviors that are natural and instinctual. When these pets are kept in captivity without proper stimulation, they often experience boredom, stress, and frustration, which can lead to a range of behavioral and health problems. Enrichment helps mimic the complexity of their natural environment, keeping their minds active and bodies healthy. For example, parrots are known for their high intelligence and social needs. Without enough stimulation, they may develop behavioral issues such as feather plucking, constant screaming, or aggression. Offering them puzzle toys, mirrors, swings, and interactive games can help keep their brains busy and reduce anxiety. Small mammals like hamsters, rats, and guinea pigs also require mental and physical enrichment to thrive. These animals naturally spend a lot of time exploring, digging, chewing, and foraging. In captivity, they benefit from tunnels, chew toys, climbing platforms, and hiding spots. Providing nesting materials and regularly rearranging the layout of their enclosure can create new opportunities for exploration, helping to prevent boredom. Ferrets, which are playful and curious by nature, enjoy toys they can chase, tunnels to run through, and areas to dig. Without these outlets, they may become lethargic or even destructive. Reptiles, although not often associated with intelligence or play, also benefit greatly from enrichment. Bearded dragons, for instance, enjoy climbing structures, basking platforms, and the opportunity to explore different textures and environments. Changing their habitat occasionally, introducing new branches or rocks, or offering food in different locations can stimulate their senses. Snakes, too, can benefit from a variety of hiding spots, changes in enclosure layout, and the use of scents to encourage natural tracking behavior. Providing opportunities for climbing, burrowing, and basking not only promotes physical health, but also supports their psychological well-being. Enrichment isn't limited to toys or objects. The way food is offered can serve as enrichment too. Scattering food, using foraging devices, or hiding treats encourages natural hunting or searching behavior. This is particularly important for animals that would spend much of their time in the wild looking for food. Rotating toys, introducing new scents, changing light patterns, and even allowing safe supervised time outside the enclosure can help maintain a stimulating environment. Regular interaction and observation of the pet's behavior can also guide the caregiver in adjusting enrichment activities to keep them effective and engaging. Meeting species-specific needs is crucial for the mental health and overall well-being of non-traditional pets because each species has its own unique set of behaviors, instincts, and environmental requirements. Unlike common pets, such as dogs and cats, exotic animals have not been domesticated over thousands of years and still rely heavily on environments that resemble their natural habitats. When their basic behavioral and physiological needs are not met, these animals can become stressed, depressed, or display harmful behaviors. For example, parrots are social creatures that live in flocks in the wild, and they require frequent social interaction, vocal communication, and cognitive stimulation. Keeping a parrot in isolation without mental engagement can lead to severe behavioral problems, such as self-harming, excessive screaming, and withdrawal. Reptiles also have specific environmental and behavioral needs that must be met. For instance, a leopard gecko needs warm and cool areas in its enclosure to regulate its body temperature through thermoregulation, as well as hiding spots to feel secure. If kept in a tank without temperature gradients or proper lighting, the gecko may stop eating, become lethargic, or develop stress-related illnesses. Arboreal reptiles, like chameleons, require vertical climbing spaces and foliage to mimic their natural surroundings. Without these features, they may become inactive or display signs of agitation. Small mammals, such as chinchillas or rabbits, have very different needs. Chinchillas require dust baths to keep their fur healthy and cool environments to avoid heat stress. Rabbits are highly social animals that benefit from companionship and space to run and hop. Confining them to small cages without opportunities for physical activity or social interaction can negatively impact their mental and physical health. Similarly, rats are intelligent and enjoy solving problems, climbing, and foraging. Providing them with mentally stimulating activities, social companions, and a variety of toys is essential to prevent boredom and anxiety. Amphibians, such as frogs and salamanders, need humidity, water quality, and naturalistic environments that suit their skin and respiratory requirements. Incorrect conditions can cause stress, skin infections, or lethargy. For aquatic or semi-aquatic species, features like clean water, proper filtration, and hiding spots are not just physical necessities, but also influence their comfort and mental state. Understanding what a specific species would experience in the wild and replicating key aspects of that experience in captivity is one of the most effective ways to support a pet's mental health. Non-traditional pets can exhibit a wide range of behaviors when experiencing stress, and recognizing these signs early is essential for preventing more serious health issues. Birds, for example, may begin feather plucking when they feel anxious or trapped. This destructive habit often stems from boredom, lack of social interaction, or an environment that doesn't allow them to stretch their wings physically and mentally. Instead of confidently perching or singing, a stressed bird might become unusually quiet, refrain from preening, and show disinterest in toys or treats that once delighted it. Sometimes, a bird will scream incessantly, which can be its way of signaling distress or attempting to communicate unmet needs. Rapid changes in vocalization patterns, such as shifting from a calm song to repetitive screeches, should be taken seriously, as they often precede more severe issues like self-mutilation. Reptiles, whose outward behavior can be subtler, also display telltale signs of stress. A lizard that continually hides in its enclosure's darkest corner and refuses to explore may be reacting to improper temperature gradients or insufficient UVB lighting. Bearded dragons, for instance, should regularly bask and move between warm and cool areas to regulate their body temperature. If they remain motionless under the heat lamp all day or hide constantly, it might indicate that their environment is inadequate or that they are suffering from metabolic imbalances. Snakes often give clues through changes in feeding habits. A normally voracious snake might refuse prey if it feels threatened or uncomfortable. When a snake repeatedly coils in a defensive posture and hisses even at routine handling, it is signaling fear and may have lost confidence in its caretakers. Small mammals, like hamsters and rabbits, tend to show stress through both behavior and physical signs. A hamster that ceases to run on its wheel, hides in its nest box for extended periods, or engages in repetitive motion behavior, such as weaving back and forth along the sides of its cage, could be experiencing anxiety or loneliness. Rabbits under stress might grind their teeth, a behavior that can also indicate pain, and adopt a hunched stance, making them appear tense and unwilling to be approached. Changes in appetite, such as reluctance to nibble on favorite fresh vegetables or sudden increases in hay eating, can also hint at emotional distress or an underlying dental problem exacerbated by stress levels. Understanding and respecting the social preferences of non-traditional pets is a critical aspect of supporting their mental health. Different species have evolved to live in very different social structures, and forcing them into environments that go against their natural instincts can lead to chronic stress, aggression, and behavioral disorders. Some pets are naturally social and thrive in the company of others, while others are solitary by nature and become anxious or defensive when constantly exposed to interaction. Parrots, for example, are highly social animals that live in flocks in the wild. In captivity, they often form strong bonds with their owners and need regular social interaction, both physical and vocal. If a parrot is left alone for extended periods, it may develop depression, vocalization issues, or destructive behaviors, such as feather plucking. These birds benefit from being housed near other birds, even if not directly interacting, or having frequent one-on-one time with their caretakers. Without that social engagement, their mental health can deteriorate rapidly. Guinea pigs are another example of animals that require companionship. They are herd animals and should ideally be kept in pairs or groups. A solitary guinea pig can become withdrawn, anxious, or even stop eating. Having a companion to interact with encourages natural behaviors like grooming, vocal communication, and playing. On the other hand, placing guinea pigs with incompatible personalities or different species can lead to bullying, stress, and injury, so careful introductions and proper pairing are essential. Conversely, many reptiles, such as leopard geckos or ball pythons, are solitary animals. These species do not seek out social interaction and can become stressed or aggressive when housed with others. Co-housing them can lead to competition for resources, territorial disputes, and physical harm. Even unnecessary or frequent handling by humans can become a source of stress for solitary animals, especially if not done gently and at appropriate times. Hamsters, especially Syrian hamsters, are another example of solitary creatures that prefer to live alone. Housing two adults together can result in fights, injury, or even death. While they benefit from enrichment and human interaction in small doses, they are happiest when they have their own space. Misinterpreting their social needs as loneliness can lead to situations where well-meaning owners unknowingly increase their pet stress levels. Recognizing the difference between social and solitary species allows caretakers to provide an environment where the animal feels safe, secure, and mentally at ease. Lighting and sleep cycles are fundamental to the mental health of non-traditional pets, yet they are often overlooked or misunderstood by pet owners. Many exotic animals rely on light to regulate essential biological processes such as sleep, metabolism, hormone production, and behavior. Disruptions in their light exposure or inconsistent light-dark cycles can cause confusion, stress, and even physical illness. In their natural habitats, these animals follow the rhythm of the sun, which provides cues for when to eat, sleep, hide, or become active. Replicating these natural light cycles in captivity is key to ensuring that their bodies and minds function properly. Reptiles, in particular, depend heavily on proper lighting for both physical and mental health. Species such as bearded dragons, turtles, and iguanas require access to ultraviolet UVB lighting to synthesize vitamin D3, which is essential for calcium absorption. Without it, they can suffer from metabolic bone disease, a painful and debilitating condition. Beyond the physical effects, insufficient UVB and irregular lighting can lead to lethargy, irritability, and unusual behaviors, such as constant hiding or refusal to eat. Providing a consistent day-night cycle with 10 to 12 hours of light, followed by 12 to 14 hours of darkness, helps regulate their circadian rhythm and promotes a healthy activity-rest pattern. Birds also rely on predictable lighting to maintain good mental health. Inconsistent or artificial lighting that does not align with natural daylight can interfere with their hormonal balance, particularly in species that are sensitive to seasonal changes. When birds are exposed to excessive light without a proper dark period, they may become restless, overstimulated, or aggressive. A lack of darkness can also prevent them from getting restorative sleep, leading to fatigue, mood swings, and behavioral issues. Covering a bird's cage at night or using timers to control light exposure can help simulate a natural environment. Small mammals like rats and rabbits also benefit from regular light-dark cycles. Their internal clocks, or circadian rhythms, are finely tuned to changes in light. Rats, being nocturnal, need a dark and quiet environment during the day to rest properly. Constant exposure to artificial light can disrupt their sleep cycles and increase anxiety levels. Similarly, rabbits are crepuscular and most active during dawn and dusk. Keeping a consistent lighting schedule allows them to maintain their natural rhythm, which supports not only physical health, but emotional stability and behavioral balance across daily routines. Keeping a consistent routine is vital for the mental health of non-traditional pets because these animals often rely on predictability to feel secure in their environment. In the wild, many of these species operate on regular cycles dictated by the rising and setting of the sun, the availability of food, and other environmental cues. When kept in captivity, sudden changes in their daily schedule can lead to confusion, stress, and behavioral issues. A structured routine provides stability and allows the pet to anticipate and adapt to their surroundings, which reduces anxiety and supports a calm, balanced demeanor. Feeding routines are especially important. Many exotic pets, including reptiles, birds, and small mammals, become accustomed to eating at certain times of the day. Consistently feeding them at the same time helps regulate their digestive systems and supports healthy appetite patterns. Irregular feeding times can lead to anxiety, especially in animals that associate human presence with food. Birds, for instance, may begin vocalizing excessively or pacing in anticipation if their feeding time is delayed, while reptiles may refuse to eat altogether if feeding does not follow their established routine. Handling and interaction should also follow a predictable pattern. While not all non-traditional pets enjoy direct interaction, those that do, such as parrots, ferrets, or rabbits, benefit from having these interactions occur at consistent times. Regular handling helps build trust and reduces fear-based behaviors. In contrast, sporadic or overly frequent handling, especially at unpredictable times, can lead to stress and make the animal feel unsafe. Predictable interactions allow pets to feel more in control of their environment, which is essential for their emotional well-being. Environmental maintenance, including cleaning and lighting changes, should also be part of a routine. Sudden changes to the enclosure, such as deep cleaning during rest hours or moving hiding spots unexpectedly, can be stressful. Most non-traditional pets prefer a stable environment where they know when to expect changes. For example, cleaning the cage at the same time each week or turning lights on and off consistently can help regulate their internal clocks and reduce anxiety. Routine also applies to enrichment activities. Offering toys, puzzles, or free roam time at regular intervals helps stimulate the animal mentally and physically. When enrichment becomes part of the daily schedule, pets learn to anticipate these positive experiences, which can boost mood and reduce the likelihood of boredom-related behaviors, such as pacing, over-grooming, or aggression.